Hello, everybody. Welcome to Vlogtober day 4. Today's the 4th, right? 4th. So, as you can see, I am not one of those women who picks apples in the fall on Facebook that wears a hat and like a cozy sweater and boots and everything. And he doesn't have like a fisherman's sweater and like a wool cap or anything. This is real life apple picking from our own backyard. This is Detroit Tiger sweatshirt, Bride of Frankenstein t-shirt, no makeup, old flannel, old boots that I call his Shawshank Redemption shoes. And yeah, apple picking in our own backyard, which is kind of nice to have an apple tree in our yard. I mentioned before that we pick all the apples, or I should say he picks all the apples. I'll get a few here and there, but then we like cut them up. Again, I should say he cuts them up and fries them, cooks them, and we freeze them, and then we have them to eat off of all winter long. So I don't know, just looking for any kind of content for Vlogtober, and I thought this would be a good one because it's kind of fun, especially when he gets to the apples that are up like really high, because he does what I like to call affectionately apple whacking. Where he takes a big stick and like hits the branches and shakes them until they come down. So I don't know, it's kind of amusing, and I thought you guys might want to take a gander. And it's cool today in the 50s, and it's very loud here. We live by the airport, so you can hear airplanes going by and traffic and stuff like that, so I apologize for that, but that's just how it is right now. But anyways, I'll show you guys. It's really nice to have, now try to not jostle too much. It's really nice to have our own apple tree, definitely. There we go. I'm trying to not move things all willy-nilly. Oh, there goes a squirrel. I'm trying to not jostle too much. I'm using my little tripod to hold it a little bit more steady so I won't be so shaky. But yeah, so this is our apple tree. It's a pretty good sized one, as you can see, and we've got some really good sized apples on there. I can zoom in a little bit and show you guys, hopefully. I mean, there's some good sized apples on this tree. But if you don't pick them, they go bad. Like they don't, well, for one thing, they fall to the ground and they rot. But also, the more you pick them, the better they are the next year, your harvest or whatever. So we try to pick them every year. Last year we didn't get any apples because we had like a false spring, and then there was a frost after it had bloomed. So
plus there's plenty left for the animals too.
Yeah, so like you can see, there's always a whole bunch on the ground, and the animals eat those. The other day we were out having our coffee, and we could see apple whacking in progress. Apple whacking in progress. I love it. And sometimes I swear you can't get too close. I'm like, I need a hard hat if I'm gonna sit over here and watch this. But we were sitting and having our coffee, and we could see a groundhog underneath the tree, and he was like standing up eating apples, just standing on his back legs and eating apples. So yeah, it's always amusing when that happens. I'm always worried he's gonna shake the ladder and fall off of it. So kind of funny. You can see them all like hitting the ground. It's crazy. And then we just go around and we pick them all up and put them in the buckets. And we also have a big trash can too that we'll fill by the time he's done. So camera's wobbling a little bit on that tripod. I apologize for that. So, but yeah, it wasn't raining today, so we were able, to do it. And that's nice. And then, like, the apples aren't perfect, but, who is perfect, right? So, like, the rotten ones, like, okay, here's...
Some of them are pretty close.
Here's some rotten ones, obviously. And you can see bites taken out of those where the critters have gotten them. But then you get other ones, like, look at this whopper right here. I mean, look at those. They look great. And they have a few spots, but we just cut those out. And, because we're cooking them anyways. But they're good enough. Once you cut the spots out, they're good enough to eat just by themselves. I just actually had some slices of one not too long ago. So, and then we have nice, yummy, hot fried apples to eat in the wintertime. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again, nothing tastes better on a snowy morning than hot fried apples and biscuits. Yummy, yum, yum. I love it. So, then we just go through and we pick out which ones we are good and which ones aren't. And there's still a lot more up here, as you can see. But now what's funny about this is I have a friend, and she might be watching. Whoops, I don't mean to keep jiggling the camera. I'm sorry. It's like loose on the tripod or something. I have a friend that lives in Australia, and if you're watching, hi Calf. She actually picks apples for a living. She picks them in an orchard, of course, you know, not, you know, from like just one tree like we do, but she picks them in an orchard. I'm gonna sit down. I'm trying to sit down without, whoo, there goes the ladder. Trying to sit down without jiggling everything too much. Okay, so my friend, she picks apples in an orchard, and that's what she does for her job, and she cringes when I put up any pictures of Keith apple whacking. I'm not showing his backside because you guys aren't used to seeing that side of him. Yeah, so every time I put up any pictures of him apple whacking, she cringes because the apples that she picks, they have to be pristine. They can't have any bruises on them or anything like that. So they would never just like shake a branch and let the apples fall to the ground, because that would be, you know.
So there's one that looks perfect by all intents and purposes, but when you get on the other side, so that'll be going to the animals down here.
Yeah.
And in warmer weather, yellow jackets actually will get drunk off of drinking out of the apple there.
Yeah, actually right now, I just told Keith a little bit ago, I go, it smells like a winery over here, because there's so many apples that have fallen under the tree and they're like fermented. So they, you know, they smell like booze. And if it's a little bit warmer out, the yellow jackets, they'll swarm onto an apple and they'll all get drunk on it. And then you can like actually pick up the apple and they don't fly away or anything. They don't sting you. They're just like completely wasted. I think sometimes the squirrels get wasted too when they eat the rotten apples. But yeah, so yeah, that's the apple whacking situation. But yeah, and you got to watch out for these too right now in our yard. I don't know if any of you guys have chestnuts in your yards, but those spiny things, the squirrels eat those. I don't know how it's possible
So you can see
for them to do that. Look how spiny that is.
And the chestnut goes in there.
And the squirrels can chew that open, and they'll carry them in their mouth like that with the spine. And then they'll crack them open, and they'll eat the nut inside or bury it for the winter. And so this time of year, like earlier I had flip-flops on, even though it's cold. This morning we had to run out early this morning and drop off our vehicle. One of our vehicles had to get some repairs done. And it was like, you know, first thing in the morning, so I just slid some flip-flops on to drive over there. And the little spiny things, they'll get in your feet with your flip-flops. So I put on these little tennis shoes, and I'm like, okay, these aren't good enough. I've already been poked like 5 times by the stupid...
So here's one that hasn't been, squirrels haven't got to yet. But if I can show you, so outside it looks like a green tennis ball with spikes all over it. But inside...
Don't cut yourself. I know you got gloves on, but still. Isn't it still poking through those gloves, though?
Yes.
Oh
So
my
you can
gosh,
see
look at that
there's the
perfect
chestnuts.
chestnut. Oh, so yummy. If you guys ever had roasted chestnuts, I love them. They taste like meat, I think. Actually, they have like the... Oops, dropped them. The same
So that's with the
consistency.
chestnut.
Look how beautiful that
So there's
is.
usually 2 to each one of these. But
Oh,
the squirrels will chew these open and no problem at all.
yeah.
And I can barely hold it here without it spiking
Poking
me.
through your fingers, your gloves.
Right.
Yeah, they're kind of crazy, but I mean, they will poke your feet, so you can't walk barefoot in the yard this time of year or anything like that. So
Yep. So that's what.
those are beautiful. Look how beautiful those are.
So then there's actually, this is the soft coating around it, and you can cut it open, and there's the actual chestnut is inside of that.
So when we fixed some before, you fixed some roasted ones. How did you do that?
You boil them, you cut an X in them in the soft coating, and then you boil them, and then you bake them.
Okay, so you're always making fun of me for what you just did. Do you know what I'm gonna say? What do you do to those chestnuts?
Okay.
What do you do to them?
You boil them.
Yeah, but you were doing it with your hands. You were showing. Just he always teases me when I do that. Yeah. So the first time I ever had a roasted chestnut, I mean, and you always read about it, like in the Christmas Carol or whatever. But the first time I ever had roasted chestnuts was when we went to Greenfield Village at holiday nights one year, and they sell them in a bag. Like they roast them right there, and you can get them when they're still hot and freshly roasted. And they were the most delicious thing. I could not believe how good they were. So when we go to there at Christmas time, we always get a bag of roasted chestnuts, and they're so yummy. Just really, really good. Ours that we fixed at home, they didn't taste quite as good as those, but for his first time, it was...
It's pretty sharp.
It's perfect. Yay!
Seems like the higher up on the tree they are, the better they are.
I know, all the good ones are like really, really high up. So, all right, you guys. Well, that's about it. I just thought I would do a short little vlog of this because, you know, Vlogtober, and I promised I was going to make a real effort to keep it going. So, yeah, that's my effort. Let's see, tomorrow is Saturday, and we still going to Greenfield Village? He said that's the plan, man. So I will definitely vlog from over there. They're having Fall Flavor Weekend, which is like demonstrations of cooking, like harvest stuff, and you know, different things. And they have their Halloween decorations up and stuff. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. And it's supposed to be really sunny today. It's gloomy, but it's still supposed to be cool tomorrow. So I think it'll be a perfect day to go over there. All right, you guys, hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a great weekend. Say bye, babe.
Bye, babe.
Bye.